Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, or if you've been here before, welcome back to my channel. It's great to have you here. Today I'm going to be catching you up on everything I've been up to lately. This vlog slash life catch-up covers some of my artistic projects, my digital projects, and some of my self-care goals for this year. It's a bit of a long one. Grab a drink, grab a blanket, get cozy. So I've been testing a new webcam setup. You are up there. However, I didn't factor that in when I filmed this video at all, so for its entirety I am looking off to the side, but we're working, we're moving with it. Stick around, enjoy my life update, and yeah, enjoy. Hello everyone, Happy New Year, it's 2025. I am not being focused on. Hello. Can we? So, I'm trying this new thing where I just sort of hit record and see where it goes. It is still January, and one of my resolutions this year is to chat with you guys more. I am dreadful at socializing, and I think you guys know that. It currently says that the last person that followed me on Twitch followed me 5 months ago, and I think that shows exactly where I've been in the last 5 months. I am stepping into this year with the intention of completely reconnecting with myself, reconnecting with my creativity, and trying to fall in love with myself a bit more. It's difficult talking about personal things on camera, actually. So yeah, this year I really want to focus on reconnecting with myself, reconnecting with things that bring me joy, and although it seems like it's something that should come quite easily to me, it's something that I'm actually having to spend time doing intentionally rather than being on autopilot. It's sort of got to the point where I felt like the colours were just a little bit faded, and I feel like, especially towards the latter end of last year, I was running on autopilot, and I feel like I need to change and put more intention into things that I'm doing, so I guess that's part of why we're hanging out today. Probably since December, I really started looking at my life and trying to figure out how I could step into this year in a better frame of mind and a better environment. So that has been my focus of the last sort of 4 or 5 weeks, which is actually going pretty well. Redirect my energy from negative or self-deprecating emotions and trying to push it into a direction of either creativity or productivity. So for me, that has taken the shape of, I have been through every single item in my house. I pulled everything out, all of my boxes, drawers, storage, everything has been accounted for, and that's in itself felt really productive for sorting out my space and trying to declutter my life a little bit, but also in reconnecting with things that make me happy and bring me joy. Some sort of hippy-dippy analogy like that probably isn't very useful. I knew who I was and what I enjoyed, but I had things to do, and that's distanced me from the things that have made and shaped my personality. So I'm definitely trying to reshape things and make more intentional choices with the things that I do and the way that I spend my life, I guess. And this isn't just about the things that I'm creating and what I'm doing, but this is also about the person that I want to be and the person that I am, but the person I can see myself becoming again, rediscovering, I guess. So some of the things that I've been trying to do lately is keeping track of all of my creative projects, because goodness knows I have at least 20 things on the go right now that are on their way to be like... So I've been trying to dive headfirst into not only creative projects, but also in improving my environment, and just also trying to nurture myself and intentionally take care of myself a bit better. So the 2 main drives I have in this area are going to be in my environment, which I've been working on mainly over the last few weeks, sorting through all of my stuff, decluttering. I've emptied a lot of my wardrobe and donated so many clothes. Got rid of some furniture bits that I didn't need anymore. I've been digitising my wardrobe, getting my hands messy, covered in paint, trying to build a healthier and better relationship with my creative self, but also finding time to just be me and enjoy downtime is something that I have to intentionally do, or else I will be a production line and I will hit a burnout stage. So I think a lot of learning needs to be done this year as to successfully manoeuvring burnout periods. Over the last couple of years, I've definitely been going at 110 miles an hour always until I'm getting to the point of burnout, and then I'm stopping and needing to rest for like a week to a month. And that's not a healthy way of doing things, and it's also not a healthy way of producing either. It's unreliable. So I am aiming to listen to my body a little bit better and listen to the way I'm feeling and what my body and my brain needs, which I think can be quite difficult. And yeah, there is this it feels like there's this invisible pressure to always be doing something, to always be producing, creating, showing off. I think what's important for me this year is balance and not trying to focus on always having an output, and taking time to intentionally rest and intentionally look after myself, where I would often allocate that time to a project or something. So I am probably going to waffle a bit more in a bit, but I want to show off some of the creative projects that I have been doing. And we're going to start strong. We're going to start so strong, so give me a second. So, this. So this is the first half of 2 memory boxes that I've been working on. Ugh. I didn't screw it back together perfectly, so it's a little bit lovable like me. I also painted up... Why can't you... Yeah. So basically, while I was going through all of my items, various clutter piles, I came across a lot of things that I would consider just memories. Oh, let's see if I can select a few here. I've got... Beauty influencer who? This is a key for Davy Jones' chest that I got at Walt Disney World. There are, if you've ever been to an arcade in the UK, I have 4 tickets. But yeah, various little tidbits that I've collected and memories that I've found from over the years. Even some old film camera negatives. But basically I realised I needed somewhere to keep it all, and also the fact that I am a hoarder has meant that I actually had this box for quite a few years before we got to this point. It used to be a pencil box, or an art box, so there would have been pencils and stuff lined up in this, but it was really simple. All I did was unscrew it into the 3 parts and then paint them. Like I said, I didn't screw it back together properly, so it's a little bit off, but we move, and I absolutely adore how the pattern came out on top. And it's finished, it's done, it's functional, look at it functioning. So yeah, that's starting off strong with a completed project. Let me hold it like a fish so I can be proud of it. Right, so the next project is not finished, but is definitely in the same vein. There are a lot of memories that I would consider too big for the thin pencil box. So another box that I have had for absolutely years. I have been working Come on. Is my artwork good? Can it go in the fridge? So because I needed a bit more space for memories and things that I've collected over the years, I finally got around. Can you even hear me? I am. That's probably better. This is another box that I've had for absolutely years, but this is the last. It's not. I also have a shoebox to do. Originally, I have paper mache'd and plaster of Paris the outside to give it this texture and to add some detailing on it. And then I painted it into this like purpley bluey design and started covering it in gold leaf, which is chaos. If you've ever worked with gold leaf, it is chaos. And then I ran out of gold leaf, so I found Posca markers that are in gold, and I think I will do some glorious close-up shots here, but I think if you look closely at it, you'll be able to see where the gold leaf ends and where the Posca marker starts, but we move and we are fine with that. So when I originally made this, I added symbols to it that resonate with me. We've got this one on the front, which still needs gold detailing, but this one is for healing, I believe. Got a yin and yang on the side, again needs detailing. We have on this side an ankh, or an ankh. And on the back we have the pentacle with in the sort of triple moon arrangement there, which is somewhat detailed. And then on the top, this is just a heart, sort of, it's like a heart that I've done a lotus design around. And there's also some hearts in the corners as well. And I've been trying to keep it shut despite not being screwed together because I wanted it to give the effect of the briefcase in Pulp Fiction, and I think I've managed to pull that off pretty well, so let's see if I can hold it like... There's some light out of here. So the majority of the gold leaf went onto the inside of the box, and it's something I don't think Posca markers are quite going to cover, so I will be getting some more gold leaf just to make it a little bit more uniform and a little less gravelly. I don't know. And this is probably the project that's reminded me most of like Art Attack and Smart that I watched religiously growing up as a kid.
This is an art attack? This is an art attack. This is Art Attack!
And this is the first time I've felt like I've created one of these sorts of projects. I think it's the texture of this like paper mache plaster of Paris mix is really satisfying, and I love it. So I'm gonna put in some footage here of me digitizing my wardrobe, because that in itself was such an interesting experience. So at the moment I've got a tall wardrobe hanging rail and a short wardrobe hanging rail, and going through all of my clothes and accessories and things has made me realise quite how many that I have, to be honest. But also the taller hanging rail that's for like longer dresses and trousers and things is, well, see if I can put it here. It's quite on the lean, so I decided to order a new hanging rail, which arrived this morning, and we're also going to put some footage of me putting it together. But I think you'll agree that the before and after is a big improvement. I hate it. Fuck. And yeah, I'll also put in some footage of me, of the app. I am not sponsored, I won't be name dropping it, however there are apps available in any good app store. Basically take pictures of your items of clothing and you can organise them by whether they're a dress or whether they're trousers, and you can also add your own personal tags on it, so that's helped me remember what's in my vacuum storage bags. And things like scarves, it means if I'm looking for a specific scarf I don't have to rifle through everything because I am that chaos. But yeah, after finally digitizing most of my wardrobe, I now have my jewellery and my bags to go through, which is going to be a whole challenge in itself. But doing these things it's commonplace to do spring cleaning in the spring, but while I'm doing this, it's feeling like a mental spring clean as well. It's sort of reevaluating what's important to me, reminding me of things that I'm passionate about. I'm finding something that I want to do. I am intending and making that space to be able to do it, and that feels really good. So another thing I've been trying to keep up with is my journal, my diary. It's something that I have been intending to do my whole life, and I start one and then I forget, or it ends up being months and I feel so guilty that I don't want to write in it again out of guilt to the reader. But this year I am intending, I keep this on my desk in front of where you guys are, so that if I feel like I need to write something down or I want to read back through things, it's there. And yeah, that's another thing that's really been good. So alongside my physical creative projects, I've also been working on a couple digital creative projects. The first one I'll introduce is my newest UEFN level, so Fortnite. I'm back in UEFN, creating content for Fortnite. Shameless plug. So I've been working on releasing a new map for Fortnite. This one I have called the Labyrinth. I am a sucker for a maze, if you can't tell. And I will put some footage throughout here. It's been a long time building this, and many problems have occurred from it, not just in my own lack of knowledge, but also Epic themselves haven't made it very easy over the last year to output these things, but I am proud to announce that it is maybe 85% done. And I give people a different percentage every time, but it is nearly there. I'm literally just bug testing it, running through, checking that it's all working, and checking all the cinematics and things, and it will be ready to play, fingers crossed. If I say it, I have to do it. It will be ready by February, let's say middle of February. Yeah, you heard it here, guys. Middle of February, my Labyrinth map will be released. But another digital project that I've been working on is Unreal Engine 5, which is what I originally started learning when it was released in 2020, and have since maneuvered myself over to UEFN just purely because UEFN is a hell of a load easier for a beginner to game design like I am. You can literally like drag and drop fully working Niagara VFX spawners and stuff, whereas as I'm finding now, working in Unreal Engine 5, all of these things have to be coded from scratch. So that's a mountainous project that, while being one of my main hyperfixations, is going to take a long time. I'm not familiar with Unreal Engine, but I am willing. If anything, I am willing. But yeah, those are the two main digital projects that I'm working on at the moment. It feels really good to be moving forward with everything, like not all at once, but these are chapters that are easier opened with the way that I'm living at the moment and the way that I'm intentionally making space for myself. And I suppose my third and final talking point Yeah, talking point and intention for this year is my self-care. Physical projects, digital projects, self-care. That's the three-legged approach I'm doing this year, okay? Trying to get my downtime, I spoke a bit about it already. Learning to stop a creative project at the end of the day and then relax is something I have to physically make myself do. For example, it was 10 p.m. last night before I stopped coding, and that's not healthy. Making sure that there's a cut-off point in the day. If there's something I'm excited about doing, I'll be doing it from 7 in the morning, but that also means that I could be doing it until like the early hours of the next morning, which, while admirable in its level of productivity, is really not sustainable. Set a final task, and when that final task is done, I'm stopping for the day. I'll normally get changed into something a bit more cozy, take my makeup off, think about dinner, and try and intentionally, like, notice as well, intentionally notice that I am now relaxing and it's time for me to sort of wind my day down a little bit. Else I sort of blink, look at the clock, and it's 2 a.m. and then totter off to bed and fall asleep to wake up for 7 a.m. the next day to start it all again, and then I wonder why I burn out. I think the only thing left to talk about is my makeup. Makeup is one of my enduring passions, a hyperfixation that will never go away. So I've also been trying to do more big, put together, bold and glamorous makeup looks, with themes, with colours, going through different costumes, just trying to, again, live more intentionally and find new ways of loving myself. Clearly another thing I'm intending to do this year is reconnecting with you guys, and trying to put myself out there a little bit more unpolished, a little bit more realistic. I think everyone, including myself, is bored of overproduction of a lot of content these days, and especially when it comes to lifestyle content, I feel like we are all burnt out from trying to live that lifestyle that has been sold to us in many forms. But if you guys are cool with a more chill vibe, then stick around. I am planning on streaming again, probably on Twitch. As far as gaming content goes, I would love to be able to showcase some of Project Zomboid on stream, but I'm putting a pin in that. I will attach some footage of the vibe I bring to the function when I'm playing Project Zomboid, and see if I can try and animate myself a bit better, because I don't think that the way I play it is conducive to fun for other people. But I will definitely be doing at least one stream of my UEFN level when it comes out. I want to do a proper showcase. I'd love to revisit my older levels and see how cringe I feel. It's all been a learning curve going from I've always been really into game design, but it's only been in the last few years that I have found ways of being able to indulge that. I think I may do a separate video on talking about my interest in game development and how it looked through my childhood versus how it looks now. See, look, future content is getting planned. But yeah, overall I think it would be good to spend some more time together, and for me to add this as part, like, it's almost like documenting my journey to living more intentionally. If I tell you guys about it, I have to do it. Consequences. It's the Connies, no? It's the Quennies. So I've been talking for 41 minutes, and I haven't put the wardrobe together yet. So that's gonna be the next thing. And if you're watching this, you've already seen me put together my wardrobe, and you can tell me this lovely new wardrobe. It would be a shame if it was to be a million pieces. Ooh, it is built. Amazing. I don't hate it. 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 I hate it. I hate it. Fuck. I bought it with my own good money and I hate it. I really hate it. And you can tell me how great it is. Is it good? Does it look okay? Alright, I trust you. I trust you. Okay. I hope that this has made sense. I hope that at some point I made sense. I hope this has at least been a good way of documenting what I've been up to this year, while the month still says January, because I originally planned on making this video at New Year. So we're already falling behind, but look, I'm here, we're doing this, we're good. If you enjoyed it, thank you. I think the main point of all of this has been to say to myself that it is okay to take things a little bit slower and to listen to myself a little bit more, and discover my own standard for myself rather than holding myself to the standard that other people have for me. I think that's been a very big learning curve, and it shouldn't have taken me this long for it to happen, but it did. Woo! I hope that you can also reconnect with yourself and discover the small things that bring you joy, no matter what your life looks like right now. I'm not good at this. I hope that you guys can also take some time this year to look out for yourself, love yourself, be your biggest cheerleader. Take some time to reflect on the things that bring you joy and do them. You don't have to finish them, at least start them. Like every day I want to wake up a little bit more the person that I want to be, and I'm excited to work towards that. Blah, that's so cliche. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed keeping up with my last few weeks. Busy, but comfortably busy, trying to indulge my love for myself and my love for creativity, and I hope that you also indulge your love for yourself and indulge your own creativities. If you want to stick around, you know how to do it. Apart from that, let's see where I go next. Alrighty.